Hey guys, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. So you can probably already tell right out of the gate, not in my normal energy. I even debated about going live because today has been like the first full day I've had like to myself and for just like calm and for self-care and recalibration. But I was feeling it. I'm like, yeah, I think I need to go live today. But first of all, happy Sag season. Hope everybody's doing amazing. And hey, Nettie, had a feeling I'd be live today. You're just overzealous, Nettie. No, you were probably feeling it. You were probably feeling the vibes. Um, so this the reason I'm going live. One, to clarify the whole no more sign readings. I've seen some comments and I'm like shaking my head over here. There's also been some very interesting collective energy, and not for everybody. Not for everybody. I probably should have titled it differently. Um, Wait, should I like talk about that yet, or should I talk about science first? I'm already like, oh, just so ready to get into it. Excuse me. Yeah, not everyone's feeling the anger or the angst. Some of you are just observing it, but I feel like, oh, sorry, I'm like holding a crystal as I'm talking about all this stuff. Um, I definitely think it's more for, how do I want to say? Uh, the tribe of the collective that's holding the collective. It like flew out of my hand as I said that. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Yeah, we also have Mars pre-shadow retrograde and Mercury pre-shadow retrograde. Mercury's going retro, I believe, on the 25th. Yes, on the 25th, and Mars goes retro on the 6th of December. So we're also starting to feel the crunchiness of that, which I'm going to talk about. Because I think the Mars pre-shadow retro is also part of some of the stuff that's coming up with like the anger and the angst. And also I did the last live I did, I tuned into like Sekhmet Peleg Kali energy kind of on the periphery. I think that's because they were coming in, honestly. And I'm like, oh, they're here now. They're here now, that's for sure. But first, let me get into like clarification on the sign readings first. I just want to get this out of the way. Um, Hold on. Just getting some paper. Oh no, I need those. Okay, I'll use this. Actually, everything around me's been breaking, and it's been very frustrating. Are you kidding me? Hold on. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I've also been a little on edge, so if I get a little sassy, that's why. Okay. All right. So clarification on the no sign readings. So I've seen a lot of comments varying from excited to very sad and anywhere in between or a little sideways even. And I just want to be very clear. We still have 3 weeks of sign readings. Okay. Okay. There, I've seen a couple comments where people are like, I'm unsubscribing, which is your prerogative. If you want to unsubscribe, that's totally up to you. But we still have 3 more weeks of sign readings. Okay. Okay. If that's the reason you want to stick around. Also, I'm doing it because I'm guided to do it. That's really just as simple as that. I just have been feeling guided to do it for quite a while, and it feels like it's definitely time for that shift. And while I am switching to collective readings, I still don't know totally why Spirit has had me make this space, right? So we could have some interesting, fun surprises coming up over here on this channel that I'm not even privy to yet, because that's how Spirit works through me. Spirit tells me what to do, I trust it, and usually some interesting magic happens that's needed for whatever reason or another. So I just trust the process. Now, I'm going to reiterate this again. We have 3 more weeks, okay, of sign readings. So Cancer, Aries, and Aquarius, they're done. And then we have Virgo, Scorpio, Leo next, and then Gemini, Cap, Pisces the following week, and then we have Libra, Sag, and Taurus will be the final. So yeah, we still got weeks of this, guys, just so you know. And also, switching to the collective reads, even that, as you guys know, like I flow with it. So I kind of play with them in the moment, as you guys know too. So the weeklies, sometimes I will do a collective and I'll do elements. There were even a couple times where I've done collective and I've done science. And with more space, I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of how it goes. If like for Fridays and Mondays, it'll be collective and signs on top of it. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it just flows that way. But like I said, I'm flowing and I'm trusting the process. So I just want to be very clear as to the timeline of things, okay? So this upcoming week, just to reiterate, we're gonna have Virgo, Scorpio, Leo post. The next week, we're gonna have Gemini, Cap, Pisces post, and then the last week, we're gonna have Sag, Libra, and Taurus post. And then that'll put us like pretty much like in the middle of holiday time where people are like doing their crunch mode of holiday stuff. And so I, again, not totally sure what those last couple weeks of December are going to look like, but I imagine it's going to be casual, flowy like this. I also have a feeling that Spirit's going to have me do more videos like this where they're like, hey, you should go talk about that. And I'll just come on here and I'll just talk about it. Not to mention other things that have been going on that I haven't spoken to you guys about yet. And so who knows? But I hope that clears things up. And over on Patreon, I've already spoken to my patrons about these changes. And on Patreon, there will be patron-only content that won't be over here. And I imagine there's going to be some other interesting things that comes out of Patreon, just based off the last live that went down. And again, I'm flowing day to day over here because while there's also all of this stuff going on and there's collective stuff going on, there's also my own life that's going on. And just to be totally frank with you guys, there are a lot of changes going on in my personal life, and I've kind of alluded to that. And the last 2 days, man, this full moon Taurus like really has been fascinating. But the last 2 days, I've had another thing arise unexpectedly. Very full moon Taurus, Uranus in my 11th house. And I need to just like take care of that stuff too. So I am very like moment to moment right now and very day to day right now, and not in a bad way. It's really just going with the flow of the energy and events of things, right? That's all we can do. Like we don't really have control over most things that happen externally to us. We just navigate accordingly. So I hope that that clarifies some things as far as the sign readings, the timeline of all of that, the shifting of the content. Yeah, I hope that is clear. Do we have any questions? While you have me here, before I talk about the other stuff. You respect your decision and needs and grateful for you. Hold on, sorry guys. Part of other aspects of my personal life. Let me put this on Do Not Disturb. I thought I did. Okay. I've like been so bombarded with with things that I'm just like, I can't get any more phone calls. I just can't. I can't handle it right now. I love those types of lives. We trust your process. Thank you. The Sagittarius energy already showing up in people for sure. The collective's too hasty and impulsive. Yeah. Yeah. Some people are a little crazy right now. I can't lie. Some people are a little cray cray. And even myself, like my patience with people has definitely been tested. I think especially like some of this like anger, angst energy that's kind of floating around in the collective. Even some of this like Pele, Kali, like segment energy floating around in the collective. So happy you're alive. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, it has. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Nettie. I wouldn't say that. I think that okay. So here's the other thing. Like I said, I've been a little spicy because I've been a little on edge, and because there's also been a lot going on. And also people have been testing my patience. Not here, but I mean like literally like physical people out in external reality have been really testing my patience. Change is hard for most people. It's what it comes. It's what it just comes down to. Change is hard for most people, and so I totally understand why some people would be upset that I'm like changing the content. I totally get it. But that's also just going to help people align to where they need to align to. And like, hey, if sign readings are your jam, they're your jam. And that's cool. That's totally fine. I get it. Um, but that's just what it is, you know? That's just what it is. It's just trying to make peace with change. Um, Many can be entitled. Yes, I stay away from that. I'm locking myself in my room today because I'm reeling and I don't know why. Okay, all right. So let's get into some of that energy. Let me timestamp this. Where are we? Let's see, 10:20. Even like getting ready to talk with this energy, I'm just like, oh God. Okay. So before I get into this, I do want to say I don't think what I'm about to talk about is affecting most of the collective. I think it's affecting a very specific aspect of the collective. I think people who are highly sensitive, I think people who hold a lot for the collective, and I think people who are, how do I want to say, who tend to experience waves of energy before large chunks of the collective. Okay? That is a thing. That is absolutely a thing. Hold on. There's something else I wanted to come here to be spoken about. There's just so much like energy, so I'm just trying to sort through it to like talk about it effectively. Capricorn, thank you. They brought me back. Okay. So I mentioned this in the lives recently that Capricorn season, winter, was going to be this very like anchoring sort of period of time. And for winter solstice to be just to consider like geographically where you want to be, also where you want to be in terms of your own like decisions, like life decisions, or even like people you're deciding to spend time with, like things like that. Like this particular winter solstice feels like we're anchoring. We're making certain things very, very solid, right? And that includes decisions, that includes beliefs, that includes like where we even are for some people. Okay. Now, for those who've been experiencing some of this like kind of energy, oh, is that why? Okay. Okay. Those who are feeling some of this energy that I've been speaking on, you are actually part of this anchoring, is like how it's coming through. Like it's like the prep for the anchoring. It's the prep for the anchoring. So for people who are experiencing this, you probably have already experienced some sort of like resurrection of your own, some rebirth of your own, some resurgence of vitality of your own sometime in the last month. Okay? Sometime in the last month. So anyone who's like already who's in that position, you're in a really good prime position to kind of prepare for the anchoring. Okay? For the anchoring for your own life, but also for people around you. And for those who work with collective energy, you already know. You already know. Excuse me. You already know. Now, part of this, I want to be careful with my words here because I know there's a lot of masculine, feminine stuff floating around with this. Because and I've also been getting a lot about the root chakra, and the Earth Star. Both of those have been coming through a lot. What is this anchoring about? It's anchoring timelines, just putting it plainly. It's anchoring timelines and it's anchoring realities, just putting it very, very simple. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I haven't been live that long, maybe like 15 minutes, but I want to come back to some of this like root Earth Star sort of stuff. And again, there is like something going on too with like masculine feminine dynamics. And I don't think, again, that's even most people. It just might be coming up for you if that is something that has affected your own relationship to your root and your own relationship to your Earth Star, which is also how you are connected to Earth. Okay. That's how you are actually connected to being on this planet and being in your body. It just has been very prevalent. Now, being in the pre-shadow for Mars retrograde and getting into this crunchy time where we're like getting pretty close, like we're only like a couple weeks away from it going retrograde. So we're really starting to feel the intensity of these lessons and these opportunities and windows that are coming with this retrograde phase. And when Mars goes retrograde, it is all about reevaluating recalibrating and growing in your own relationship to your own masculine energy and your own ability to assert yourself, your own ability to cause change, your own ability to hold shit down and to like, and also your own relationship to your confidence, your self-esteem. But with that being in going through Leo and Cancer, in all of that, there's also this question of where is your heart and where is your compassion and where is your generosity. Confidence is really big there though too. Some of you guys might start seeing sun symbols a lot. I literally just saw a little sun symbol. But that's for everybody. It's not just, it's for everybody. Everybody will be going through something in that vein in some aspect of their life. But like this definitely feels like a crunch mode. Um, this feels like a crunch mode. So like, oh, sorry, I'm like, I know we're going all over the place. Can we get full circle here, please? Spirit, can we get full circle? Because they brought me back to the root again. They brought me back to the root. So there's something about cycles here. There's something about cycles, I think, going on with this. I'm hearing feedback. Feedback. When we're talking about the root and the earth star, again, it's this sense of connection, stability, safety, being solid, right? And even just having this very strong relationship to the physical plane. I keep feeling masculine with that though. I do. I keep feeling masculine with that. So if you have had any issues or imbalance with your own masculine energy or other people's, that will absolutely be coming up. Hold on. Yeah, they're bringing up reflections. Yeah, they're bringing up reflections. Pay attention to how people are responding to you right now or reacting to you right now. It's showing you a lot about where you're at with this, okay? It's showing you a lot about where you're at with this. And I feel like all of that anger, angst, fiery, Sekhmet, Pele, Kali energy is just helping us to get the root and the earth star, right? Individually, collectively, as you would say, in a good, healthy position to anchor. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So you may, like, some of you may have experienced this, like weird things with your feet. Okay. Weird sensations with your legs, your ankles, things like that. Or even put in positions where you're you're pushed to your own like levels of feeling safe or feeling stable, and boundaries might be a big part of that with people, like a fight kind of energy. And then we circle back to the anger and the angst. So yeah, thank you. So yeah, that's making a lot of sense. So I'm gonna reiterate this because I know we're all over the place. um if you have been experiencing this angst, this anger within yourself, or people throwing this shit at you, you probably are getting prepared to anchor, which again, I feel like is mostly happening winter solstice in winter before the end of the year, like the last 10, 11 days of the year. That's how it was feeling to me when I did the live last. Maybe there's also some extra prep work going on here that I wasn't even privy to when I was channeling all of this. Um, Most of you might perceive yourself to be individuals who hold the collective or who experience these kind of waves of energy earlier than other people. Either way, it's this preparation to anchor in a specific timeline, version of yourself, things like that. And for those of you who are really holding the collective, you're helping the collective do this as well. There's a lot that's like still changing and still trying to find its place. November just feels like a big fat portal window where people have been a little upheavaled by choice. This is like weird to say. I'm gonna say that again because that didn't come out right. Upheavaled by the availability of choice and possibilities and options. And so people are trying to find their way right now. And some people are going through the resurrection right now. I hope this is landing. I really hope this is landing. I know this is a lot. So I'm just gonna trust that what needs to be received is being received here. But yeah, so just be aware. Like if you've been having anything with your feet, your legs, ankles, your hips, even lower back is still probably part of that too. That's probably why. Okay, stuff is just getting cleaned out from the root and the earth star to do this anchoring. Okay, and again, this is not for everybody. This is a very specific part of the collective. Okay. Now I want to come back to this like reflections happening with people. I feel like a lot of you would already like know this, but maybe you just need the confirmation to know you're not crazy or to know you're not alone. Um, if someone like does a 180 sideways bullshit thing with you, and it's like, how do I want to say? Like, I mean, it's really out there. It's really 180. It's like, what was that? Who was that? It's probably just an aspect of them or their shadow, etc., that's reacting to where you're at with all of this. Like, they're showing me the flame card from um the archetype deck is what they're showing me. Um, right? So it's reaction to just what's going on with you with your essence, what's going on with you with your truth, what's going on with you with your own vitality, your own spirit, your own soul, your mana, that sort of stuff, right? And so it's like that's all it is. But like how they react to you may also be showing you where you're at in terms of your relationship to your root, your earth star, masculine energy, safety, stability, support, that kind of stuff. Okay? Yeah. And if you do get like triggered in these moments or it brings up more stuff for you, it's probably just going to help to like further along this like purification of like the root and the earth star. Oh, excuse me. Ah, excuse me. And I will say I have been noticing in the collective like energy, sorry. Oh, don't mind me. Uh, I've noticed that there's been some stuff like that's been coming up on my feed. There's been more and more talk about 4B, like the 4B movement. I'm not here to be political. Y'all know I'm not about that. But there's also just some things that, you know, are worth touching on, worth talking about. And I've been and just like noticing all this, I've also just been doing a lot of reflecting on this. And this is just my observation. This is by no means an absolute truth. This is literally just me sharing with you guys very just equally, reciprocally, just some food for thought about what I've been observing. Okay. And maybe it'll bring some stuff up for you. Maybe it'll also just get you thinking about certain things. But I have been seeing a lot more about the 4B movement. For those who don't know what it is, absolutely go ahead and Google it. I'm sure there's still things that I am still not privy to about it. My understanding is it's a movement that um, has its origins in Korea, if I'm not mistaken. It's a branch of feminism. It's such a hard word for me to say. Um, that takes more of an extreme view, okay? Because over in Korea there are more extreme expectations for women as far as like childbirth and marriage and all that stuff. So the 4B movement is basically like I will not marry, I will not have kids. It's all of that sort of deal, right? Observe and report. Yeah, exactly. It's like this is also how we learn. Is by sharing our experiences, right? Sharing what we see, sharing what we witness, sharing what we feel. It's how we learn. And like at the end of the day, it also just what makes us human and how we connect with each other. But I digress. So I've been seeing more and more about this, right? And as a result of that, because of algorithms, there's been more videos and content being like proposed to me around these topics. And I felt that Sekhmet energy. I felt that like Kali Sekhmet, Pele, anger, energy. I felt it. I'm like, oh, this is totally just one of the ways that this energy is just like coming up in the collective, right? And I get it. Like I totally get it. Um, and I started to see more content come, just recommended to me about how do I want to this? Um, how hard it is to date for women who are successful or for women who are and really mostly around success and like income brackets and things like that. And I gotta tell you, I was not gonna watch any of these because I was like, I already know. I don't need to open that. I don't need to open that door. And I did. And it got me thinking about some stuff. It just got me thinking, got me feeling a lot of stuff too. Like some of that anger, like for sure. And again, I'm not on here to like to talk gender stuff too much. I'm not on here to bash men or women or any anything like that. Um, but there's obviously a reality that is going on in the collective, right? Where this is a thing and this is an issue. And I like it honestly made my heart hurt. It was like very disheartening. And people want to get caught up in the gender roles of it, right? Where like, oh, it's because like historically men are supposed to do this and da 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 da. And honestly, and maybe I don't even, I'm just trusting that I'm just supposed to like share this. So I'm just sharing. I couldn't help but feel that like what's really going on with all of that as to why that's an issue is because there are some men, obviously we can't say all, but there are some men, okay, I'm gonna say this, the men who struggle with these dynamics. I'll even say the women who struggle with these dynamics because there's struggle all over the place. There's struggle all over the board with this, right? But I think when there, and I can only speak to this country too, that when there are females who have had to learn to be self-reliant or have also just enjoyed it, right? Also just enjoyed being self-reliant and earning money or loving their careers or whatever the reason is that they have their success, what it highlights to men who have an issue with that is their own imbalance with their relationship to their own value. Like that was just all I could discern from it and see from it, right? Like our society has really cultivated this mentality for men, unfortunately, that their value and their worth is tied into money. And their value and their worth is tied into power, which they equate to money and being the provider and all that stuff. Very traditional. And of course, not all men ascribe to that, but there are a good chunk of men that do. And so when they come across a woman where they've done it, they get upset or they feel insecure or they feel angry because it's highlighting to them that they don't have they don't equate themselves with having value outside of that, right? Again, this is for men who struggle with that. I'm not speaking for all men at all. And so I just like hearing the more surface level commentary, right? Of, oh, it just, women are too masculine, right? That was the biggest one. Like women who are in those positions, they're just so masculine. It's like, no, it's not that they're masculine. It's that men who have an issue with this see women as masculine because they equate money and power to masculinity, to their own value of being masculine, right? Um, which is unfortunate. And I think speaks volumes again, even to like the mental health for men and where that's at and where society is even failing men on that front and in turn failing the collective too, right? Because we're all part of the collective. And so if there are enough men that are really struggling with this notion of like, I have no value outside of material gain or money, and then they see women who have those things, and then immediately what happens is like they feel insecure or they want to attack them or be angry even, and then that causes a whole other issue, right? Um, that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a problem for everybody, right? But it's mostly speaking to the deficit of where men actually do need some help with that, you know? Like men deserve support for understanding that they have value outside of money and status and material gain. And there are all these other ways to have value of the self and be connected to that and even have them establish that in whatever way is true for them, right? Men need other men to tell them that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then that's the other part of the equation too, because like obviously not all men fit that, right? Not all men struggle with that. Um, and I wish there were more men out here rising to the occasion to do that because it's needed. Oh, maybe that's why I had to talk about this today. The root, the Earth star, the like stability, this like this is why this had to be spoken about today. It can't be left up to the women. Like it can't, I'm sorry, like maybe this is triggering for some people and it's totally, I mean, if you disagree, you disagree. But I know those men exist. Like I know they exist. I know they are out here in the world. But there are a lot of men who need these men. And I hate, and maybe there are men doing this and I don't even know. Please tell me. Like comment below if you see men out here doing that, like show them some love. Show them some love, put their names out there, support them because men need them, but also the collective needs them, right? Um, the women need help and women need to help each other. Oh yeah, well we'll come back to that. Uh, we'll come back to that. I feel like that's a whole other bag of worms. Um, so yeah, I would love to see more men who are capable of doing that for other men show the fuck up and do it because we need you to do it, right? Everyone, not just women, like everyone needs these men to stand up and hold this space for other men and help them with this. Um, it's just reminding me that like a couple years ago, I like this particular thing we're talking about, I was feeling so strongly. But looking around and going like, where are they? Where are they? Are they here? Like they must be. They must be. Like there's no way they're not. They must be. Um, Thank you everyone who tapped the like button. You're greatly appreciated. I work in a barbershop and I can say men's health is in hell. Yeah, it's not good. It is not good. It is not good. And then on the flip side, right? It's like then we have the conversation about women, right? So that was another thing I found kind of disturbing in some of this content. And again, this is just like a small lens. Like just because you watch a few videos, that does not encompass the entirety of the situation by any means, right? So this is just literally what Spirit was putting in my face to bear witness to, and I understand that. But I did find it disturbing that like men and women alike, putting women on blast who are successful, whatever that means, right? Successful, self-reliant, etc., and saying that they are overtly masculine. Women saying this too. And that really bothered me. Like, that really bothered the shit out of me. Because it's not just a point of view that some men have. It's clearly a point of view that some women have about other women. And it's just like, oh, so like, again, we're all in this together. We're all contributing to the problem in some way, shape, or form. Women spend more time and energy on personal development. The masculine and feminine issues seem to be blatantly obvious these days. Like it's all coming to the surface. Yes, this seems to be the building off of the moving away from gender identities. Yeah, it's a mirror. Yeah, exactly. Women are damned if we do and damned if we don't. It's a double-edged sword at this point. I'm over the gaslighting. Yeah. And I just was like, I was appalled and angry, but I was mostly sad. I was like mostly sad that like, wow, this is the point of view. This is the point of view. This is the point of view. And I also understand that, again, we can't like for in all of these topics, like there's no way you can speak for everybody as a whole. You can only speak to these like specific like subsections of situations and circumstances, right? But it's good we see it because people understand it's the socialized idea, not a reflection of gender. Right, exactly. It's because Chiron is in Aries. I refuse to date men and take them seriously until Chiron moves out of Aries. But then it's going to go into Taurus. Oh, excuse me. Insecurities about money and material shit and security, like, which is also all the stuff we're talking about right now. I mean, anytime Chiron's in something, it's going to stir something up, right? Internalized misogyny, empower women. Sorry, there's like so many little things that like want to come up, and I'm just like trying to take my time because also, like I said, I'm not like in the greatest energy today. It would be amazing to see more women authentically support women, which I know happens. We know that that's out there. We know that exists, but authentically, not to be like boss women. You know what I mean? Not with that image. It's like uplift women because there's some shared passion and it's about the fulfillment and it's about the joy and it's about healthy reciprocity. And it's not to fulfill these images and these labels that we've come up with for this is what makes like a boss ass bitch, for example. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know there's so much more and maybe there's gonna be more that comes up as the days continue. It's just unfortunate. And I also understand too that like for some women, they feel like they didn't have a choice. For some women, like just speaking from observation and just people I've known, right? It's also a survival mechanism, right? They don't feel safe enough to rely on these traditional, right, ways of being in relationships. They're like, oh shit, I gotta protect myself. I better go take care of me and mine because I can't trust that. Right? Like that does exist. That's a thing. That is a thing for a lot of women. Um, and I think we can all understand why. I think we can understand why. I'm starting a union with my coworker today. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Had an internal burst of anger this morning. This title is so on point. It's more comfortable to rely on what we know, whether they're right or wrong, especially during economic turmoil. Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing, too. It's like, I think we can all agree with the way the economy is that, like, how do I want to say? It's not totally realistic to, how do I want to say? I want to be careful with these words. Our economy, first of all, is not sustainable. Well, it's just obvious. It's just like it ain't sustainable. Um, and so relying on traditional ways of like being economically stable are also not sustainable. Whether they're tied into traditional marriage roles or they're tied into traditional white collar jobs or traditional investments, none of it is sustainable. None of it. None of it. And we are in a period of time now with Pluto being in Aquarius where, yeah, we better relearn very fast how to really be a community, right? And some people have figured it out. Some people already figured it out. Some people are well on their way with their little communities, and God bless them. Truly, God bless them. Um, and it's just a matter of time for people to start getting on board with these like waves of energy that we're in for the next 20 years, right? Um, and that's just the reality of it. It's just the reality of it. I had an experience yesterday. Hold on, should I share this? Yeah. Mm. I'm still I'm still getting the energy out of my body from this experience yesterday. It really pushed me to my limit, and I was like, I like it pushed me to my limit, to say the least. And it was a situation where I was kind of like in a stereotypical position with men, and they were very, very stereotypical about it. And it got ugly. I won't lie to you guys, it got ugly. Um, and I'm still like reflecting and, like I said, like getting it out of my system. Um, it's like it does. It just makes me so like it like really ruffles my feathers when I think about it. Um, so happy you're alive today. I really needed to hear this, and it's always beautiful to see the opinions, ideas of others in the community. Absolutely. Women are forced to be self-reliant and then told we're gold diggers if we aren't. The system societal expectations we're living under is soul crushing for both genders. It is. It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Give us the deets. So I had an issue happen with my car. Very unexpected. Very full moon Uranus Taurus. Very much so. I was like, okay, just the nature of shit going on right now. Um, and the car was telling me what was wrong. And I Googled and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So I take it in. And it was just that stereotypical, we're men who know cars, you silly little girl. It was very much like that. And like, there could be so many reasons why they had this approach to me. Okay. One, just being female. Um, Also, people like say I look like a lot younger than my actual age. Who knows? Maybe that's changing as I get older year to year. I do also have a very bubbly personality, and some people look at that as like weakness, as if I don't know shit. Or even just assuming because I'm a female, or even just being of color, maybe they want to take advantage of me. But even just being a female, there's that stereotype of like, oh, she doesn't know anything about her car, right? So I take it in. I tell them what's wrong. I know what's wrong with it. Right? I just need them to have the part available to fix it. So they come back saying there's all these other things wrong. And I tell them no. It's like no, I know that's not wrong with it because I had my car serviced and I know what's going on with my car. Being very polite as I am, because like that's my baseline. I am a like, genuinely I am a bubbly, like carefree person. Like that is my baseline. And then people want to like test that shit, right? Um, so I was explaining to them, I just need this part. That's all I need. And so they were seeing if it was available. They didn't have it. And they were giving me an estimate, which I also knew was overpriced. But I also, when this happened, before even taking it in to get looked at, I was like, this might be a sign that Spirit's like, you might need to get a different car at this point. I've had my car a very, very long time. I love my baby. I'm very attached to my baby. We've been through a lot of times together. Y'all know how it is. Like when you've had a car for a long time, it's just the memories. You love on that car. At least that's how I am. And so I was like, when they told me that, I was like, maybe it's time. Let me think about it. And I already know the value of my car. I know how much it's worth. Out of the gate, I already know how much it's worth. And I told them, like, I got a lot going on right now, but like, here's what I'm thinking. And so they sent someone over, basically to like, to talk to me, to try to basically sell me a car, even though I told them I'm not buying a car today. But I said, I am curious though what we can like do for a trade-in value. I just shouldn't have opened the door. But I did. So they're charming me. He's trying to charm me as best he can. And he's basically trying to tell me like, yeah, we could do this today. We could do this today. Like blah 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 blah. And I go, look, I am not buying a car today. You're not gonna convince me to buy a car today. Also, I need to like look at my situation to see like if I can even put anything down on top of the trade-in, right? And he's like, he gets all kerfluffled and puzzled, and he's like, well, let me go talk to him. I'll be right back. It's like, whatever. So he goes and he comes back, and this motherfucker, already they were trying to like, take advantage of me with all the other shit, right? He comes back and he basically tells me that they'll take it for just over what the repair would cost. I was like, you are so obvious, dude. Like, you're so obvious right now. And I said, I go, that's interesting because my car is actually worth this. And he's like, yeah, I don't think so. He's like, and we're gonna like, we're gonna do you a favor, and you won't even have to do the repair. Like, dude. Anyway, so I was getting a little agitated, but I wasn't even like angry or upset yet. I was getting just a little annoyed. And I told him, like, this is what my car is worth. And even with that, I would want to put X amount down. And then he laughed. This man laughed in my face. Okay. And then he started to get angry. He basically told me it was a stupid idea to put more money down when you're buying a car. I was like, how dumb do you think I am? I was like, what in what universe does that make any sense whatsoever? And I said, why would you say that? And then he's like, he goes into some like nonsensical mansplaining that made no sense because it was made up bullshit. Everyone, I think most people know at a certain age, if you've made a purchase that requires a loan, you know how loans work. It's like you put more money down so you don't have to pay as much interest. That's pretty basic knowledge, right? Anyway, not to mention I have a finance background, but whatever. And he didn't know that. Anyway, so this man is like not only laughing in my face, but now he's actually getting angry. Like he's almost like borderline yelling at me. And then he starts going like, well, and I don't know how much you have, and I don't know what your credit's like all of that shit. And I was like, oh, we're done. Oh, we are so done. We are so done, motherfucker. We are so done. But literally this man was so angry at me. Like he was on the verge of like screaming in my face. And he's trying to sell me a car. Like, you know what I mean? So he just kind of lost his shit because he lost control of the situation. And he felt insecure, basically. He didn't know how to handle me. So yeah, that was a day yesterday, to say the least. And my car's not fixed. So yeah, little story time. He got triggered. Yeah, I believe you. I hope you walked away at this point. Max, he couldn't manipulate you. Yeah. And so guys, creepy to go from like putting on the charm to like angry, practically screaming in my face to suddenly, well, have a nice day. It's like, take you and your demons and go home. Don't need to be dealing with you. Hey Atlas. It baffles me that anyone would ever want to get smart with you. People do it all the time. And I'm telling you, it's like, I know it's because of my vessel. I know it's because of the vessel I'm in. It's like being short, being female, being of color. Um, what else? Bubbly. Yeah, people try all kinds of shit with me, like for real. Uh, if I had $1 every time somebody couldn't handle me, right? Right? I hope you find a place with people who honestly help you without all the insecure rigmarole. I'm trusting spirit. I'm trusting spirit. And honestly, it happened for a reason. That's how I'm looking at it. It's just like it happened for a reason. And I was like, you know what? After that, and I got back to where I'm staying. I'm like, time for an R&R day, which is what today was supposed to be. And then I was like, yeah, I need to go live and talk about some stuff. Didn't mean to go into this whole story, but I think it is a good example of just some of the energy that's floating around right now. Okay. Let's see. Same here. When you're a sweet soul, they got you fucked up. And on my whole life, like when people realize that they're not getting the reaction they expected from me, they lose their shit. Like I've seen people lose their fucking minds in front of me for like no logical reason other than that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I said, sick of everyone's bullshit. Yeah, Neanderthal behavior. I mean, it's just a reflection of where he's at with his own shit. Really, is what it is. 5'2", very bubbly and naive looking. As a mechanics kid, let me say, spirit will take you to the right one. Exactly. So that's why today is just like a woosah day, for sure. Not to mention the collective energy has been a little crunchy. Manipulation isn't working, going to plan. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your story. You're welcome. I don't know if that helps, but like maybe it did. Again, just trusting that spirit gave me the okay for that. I have a very high little girl voice, but I have a master's degree and I'm smart, and men try to manipulate me all the time. It's extremely annoying. It's very annoying. Let's see. I got the same when I bought my curtains. LOL. Guy tried to double the price. Yeah, it's like get that man's energy out of there. Yeah. It's making me nauseous. Is like, what? Damn. Yeah. I believe these men will evolve, and the ones who don't, they're a dying breed. These shifts will not accept them. Yeah, unfortunately. And I've been witnessing that too. And not just like men, I think women too, right? I think there are definitely a good chunk of just people, just generally speaking, where I think even on a deeper level, even they know. And they've just kind of like they've just like kind of made the unconscious decision to just be like, yeah, I'm done. And I'm gonna stick in this reality and just be left behind. Like I do think that there are some people who have like deep down within themselves, they kind of know that, I feel like some of us have a life path of where we stay triggering people. I think only when it serves a purpose. I think when it serves a purpose. They need to make sage in a mace canister. Oh my god, I love that. I freaking love that. Be like, excuse me, sir, you're violating divine law and authority. I will sage you. I will sage you. Honestly, I love that. Oh my god. I might just see if I can like make something like that. Like that would be fun. I feel the same with my boss. He tries to keep this power dynamics going and I just don't participate. Yeah. Yeah. God forbid you know things. Yeah, exactly. I rebuke. It is my purpose to trigger my family. They have it at a Dollar Tree. Wait, what exactly do they have at the Dollar Tree? Wait, can you elaborate? In big and small ways recently, even when socially it might be better to just let things go. Yeah. I'm starting on a prototype immediately. I won't lie, I would pull it out just to see people's reaction. just to mess with people's minds a little bit, just to bring in some humor, just to see what they would say. Oh my God, guys. I needed that laugh. I needed that. That's gonna be with me for a bit. The Divine Mother knows the traits of all archetypes. Yes. Sometimes to stay in the path means not compromising, and the universe sends you an MF for that good spiritual rage. Yeah. Has Sage misting products. Okay. I thought you meant they already had like made um like Sage Mace. But that's cool. I didn't know Dollar Tree sold that. Yeah, but we probably have a badass Dollar Tree. I don't think I've seen that at Dollar Tree before. When you upgrade a holistic Karen, they might crumble to the floor and look utterly shocked. They might be scared, honestly. I mean, okay, let's like, I know we're like laughing and like having a good moment here, but like, let's like really think about that. Like, what would that actually do? Like, if someone's got things, that actually, I don't know, that might make people go off the handle. Like, now that I really think about that, I'm like, oh, maybe not, maybe not a great idea in some situations. Um, that's why you needed to share to release it. You're probably right, Marie. You're probably right. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, yeah. Thank you guys for like allowing me to just share all of that. Spraying sage mace when being mansplained to. It's like, are you really trying to tell me like like not how loans work? It's like not how maths? Is that what you're trying to do right now? Like I couldn't believe that. Like I still kind of can't believe that. I still kind of can't believe that. That like does that work on anybody? Like literally lying about how money works? Like I just right? I just just like what? I sage myself in my home before work as much as I can. I do have a spray that I always keep it here, and I reused a bottle that I have. So I do make my own spray for when I'm like doing readings, but also like when I come and go. The audacity. I've been told that my Mercury yawed laughed. I was gonna go spray yourself too, lol. Some people don't want to use their brains, I guess. Yeah, that was preposterous. I can't. Every time I like try to think about what he was trying to, I'm like, no, it was literally all bullshit. Yeah, I can't even wrap my head around it. His car salesman ego was shot. Yeah, yeah. Collective healing laughter. Yes. Maybe he'll think twice next time he tries to scam an innocent customer. Yeah. I had female friends call and ask if the mechanic is lying to them. They genuinely don't know. And I mean, and it's unfortunate too, right? Because it's like with cars, just how much innovation has happened over the years. And also the fact that they've also just like taken basic knowledge about cars out of the school systems. Like schools used to have like shop and stuff. You know what I mean? Not just like wood shop, but like also to learn about cars. And I do think it'd be beneficial for everyone to have access to that information because people try to scam you, you know? And it is hard to keep up with all of the changes they make to cars all the time. And at the end of the day, it's also just a giant computer. So like I met someone who actually has like one of those like scanners, and so they'll just like plug it into their car and just like rely on that information other than like having someone look at it, you know? I wish you did personal readings because I'm sure I've been through it spiritually, but I cannot see that I seek. I do personals. I'm just not open right now. I do take sessions and clients. I'm closed right now just because all the stuff I got going on. You can't make sense of nonsense. Don't bother. Yeah, yeah. My dad learned by being put in the backyard with a non-running car, being told to fix it. Oh my God. And called his dad when he thought it was right. Kids need to learn like this more. Yeah. That's kind of that's like so old school. That's so old school. Go figure it out and let me know when you've done it. Not to mention people who go into trades are often seen as less than those who go into 4 8-year degrees. Yeah, it should be encouraged for men and women to like absolutely. Absolutely. And there's plenty that I don't know about cars, but it's like I know what's going on with my car. You know what I mean? Like one of the things they said I needed new spark plugs, and I'm like, no, I don't. I literally did that at the 100,000 mile marker when you're supposed to. Oh, oh. And then they tried to tell me I needed, I think it's like a new fuel pump, and I literally had it replaced like last time I had it serviced. It's like, you think I don't know what I've asked to be done on my own car? Anyway, sorry. It's still leaving my body. Like I said, it's still leaving my system. These people are necessary and vital in our world. Go figure it out. Yeah. I have Florida water in an old sage bottle and use it at work. Oh my God. If I had to work in an office again, I would too. I would have so much shit on my desk. I'd have all my crystals, I'd have my sprays, might even have a little like medicine wheel or something. My dad famously says it costs money to drive a car. It does. It does. Adding sage spray to my grocery list now, the idea of even just having it on me feels empowering and delightful. Yeah, even having like a medicine bag on you, like when you're out and about, I think is also a good idea too. Love you. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I work on cars cosmetically next year, definitely taking a trade certificate to learn more on the mechanic side. I think that's cool. You just broke up with a mechanic? Oh, like the sage bottle idea, sage mace. We'll transmute the bullshit for you. I I already know spirit's handling it. It's like, you know what I mean? Like I just had to like I took what I needed from it and I'm just getting it out of my body. Took what I needed from it, learned what I needed to from it, and I'm just letting it leave my body right now. Um Anyway, I did not mean for this live to be all about that. Like, I really wanted to talk about the collective energy and just do a sign update. But I mean, I feel like we've talked about the collective. I feel like we've talked about the collective energy a bit. Um, Hold on. Oh, I was just tuning in as far as like maybe pulling a card or two, and they're like, no. I'm like, okay, feels about right. What do you recommend to have in a medicine bag? It's individual and unique. That's what's so nice about it. There are a lot of people who will tell you it should have crystals, it should have a totem or talisman, it should have this or it should have that. It's a bag of your own magic and making. So rely on your own intuition for it. I've put some interesting things in my medicine bags over the years. And you can always like, go and buy like a little leather medicine bag, or you can just make one yourself, right? Out of like a little like pocket change bag, and like just keep it in your pocket, or like for anyone who wears bras, or keep it like in your bra if you want to. um keep it in a purse if you carry a purse, but it doesn't have to be like around your neck all the time like how some people might say. I think as long as it's on your person in some way, shape, or form, it's helpful. Some people make medicine bags for protection, some people make it to evoke certain energies like love or abundance or health, um, or even just clearing. Some people use them to connect to certain deities or certain ancestors. It's almost in a way like a little walking altar that you keep with you too. So I would just go with what you're guided to. Like if there's certain herbs that are calling to you, like if I were to make one for like love, for example, just to like keep the energy of love around me, I'd probably have like lavender and rose in there. Um, I might have some sort of like trinket or talisman that represents like the heart or angelic energies. Um, just putting them all out there. Probably put like a little bear totem in there or something like that. And you could even like write words on a piece of paper and put them in there. Or if you want to like be connected to a certain ancestor, you could have something of theirs and put it in there. You could put a picture in there. There's so many different ways you can go about it. But yeah, if you're gonna make a medicine bag, I would get the bag in question that you want to use and whatever items you want to put in there, and just have like a little blessing, right? Where you're like setting your intention with all of that, and then make your bag. Some people might tell you to like leave it on the altar for like a couple days if you want to light a candle and do some candle magic with that. Some people might tell you to sleep with it before you start wearing it. Always go with your own intuition. Um, but yeah, that's what I recommend. That's what I recommend. I use a little bag of salt in my pocket when I had to work at an office. Oh, yeah. Salt is amazing. I always have salt around me in some way, shape, or form. Always. Ah, your story resonates. I got scammed this weekend for a sofa. Damn, really? just $100, but I'm still pissed. Waited for delivery and everything. Oh, damn. I'm sorry, Kim. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. And that's the thing. It's like people who do this kind of bullshit. It's like it's their own karma. I hate to go there, but it is. It is. And we all know Spirit's got our back, even if things happen like this. Um, and whatever we lose will come back to us in another way, shape, or form, whether it's through, like, if you lost money, maybe it actually comes through, like, through friendship support, right? Or if something happens with your car, like maybe suddenly you get a bike and now you're biking everywhere or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It always comes back. So glad I caught this live. I don't know too many spiritual people and I suck at research. Your videos are always so informative and validating. Well, I'm glad you feel that way. Even the most intuitive get scammed. It sucks, seriously. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes like that shit just needs to happen. Like even with all this car stuff, I'm like, okay, I feel like this is spirit going like for a hot minute, for myself. Which is I was gonna sit with spirit today and just kind of like feel into that. Because like I said, there's other changes going on I haven't even talked about. Finding random wishes is a common thing I have found. What goes around comes around. I hope it comes back. I lost a lot. I'm sorry, Marie. Sorry. Happened to me end of last year as soon as I got my first job out of law school. Damn. Everything I earned was gone, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. That's the thing too, is like when this stuff happens, it's like, okay, it's happened. It's happened. Time to just like find some peace with it, get it out of our systems, and adapt and navigate accordingly, right? Moving forward. I will be live tomorrow for Aloha Friday. Yeah, I'll be live tomorrow for Aloha Friday. I'm just wondering if there's anything else I need to mention while I'm still here with you guys. I just keep feeling like so much about support right now. That's mostly what I keep feeling like in this moment, with the collective energy. Yeah, support, support, support. Yeah, support and just so much with the root. So much with the root and the Earth Star and support. That's mostly what I just keep getting. So again, if that's happening, you're already aware. It wouldn't be a shock. Aloha Fridays are so equivalent to a night out for me. Oh, that like just did something in my heart reading that. Aw. I don't know why that was like such a strong reaction. Why did that feel so why did that feel the way that it did? I guess because like thinking about like nights out, that's like Friday night time, right? That's like fun, Venus, like let's go have a good time. So I guess just reading that, it was like, oh, like that's how that makes you feel. And that just, I don't know, it just made me happy to see that. So thank you for saying that. Thank you. Aloha Friday is so cool. Like I really like getting ready for it. Maybe you need a night out type of feeling for you. I will say October, I had some fun. I won't lie, I did. I had some fun in October that I didn't expect. Um, I could always use more. I could always use more fun. And we are in Sag season now, right? We're technically in Sag season. That is definitely like fun time kind of energy. Everyone looks forward to you in the community you've built. Thank you, Nettie. Thank you. um, yeah, 2025 is gonna be a year. As I said that, my back just went, my back just did stuff. Um, 2025 is gonna be a year. I mean, I just think there's a lot that's gonna happen in the next couple months that will reveal more of that, just even on a collective scale, not just what's going on over here. But just thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you. I'm glad that we do have this community where we can just like, you know, sit, hold, talk, discuss, support. all that stuff. And over on Patreon too. Like, oh my God, I love the Rainbow Tribe over there, as you guys already know, for those who are here watching. Um, yeah, yeah. So if any other weird bullshit happens in your guys' lives before the end of the year, I also want to say it probably is also an indication of just like the good that's coming in too. When we have these like major upswings of like really positive energy, sometimes the pendulum has to go the other way, right? And vice versa. So if there are a lot of things that are happening where you're just like, what the fuck? Probably not a bad notion to marinate on, that maybe the pendulum is swinging that way, but it may swing the other way right after, um, if you're having a tough time with these kinds of things. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go. Sorry to get really nauseous. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hop off, but you'll see me guys. You will see me tomorrow, and I should be live this weekend for the New Moon Sag hangout on Patreon with the Rainbow Tribe. That's gonna be the new name of my patrons, the Rainbow Tribe. Um, yeah. Is there anything else? I don't think so. And don't forget, we still have 3 more weeks of sign readings. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go. All right, I love you guys so much. Have a great Thursday, and I will see you guys tomorrow, okay? Take care.